All right, boys and girls, in your material bag, you should have had a packet or a set of papers like this. One is a smaller rectangular blue paper. We can put that aside. We'll use that at a later time. Then you should have had a strip of brown paper and a strip of red paper. We will need those today. Your blue square paper, we will need that today. And we can set those pieces aside. And then you should have had the white paper with 3 circles on it. This is the paper we're going to begin with. Now, using this paper and a blue marker, we're going to start to create the bodies for a snowman. In this project, we're doing an aerial view. Aerial means it's from up above, as if you are in the sky. Think of yourself as a bird flying over the top of a snowman. So we're going to begin by outlining our circles with a blue marker. You want it to be a water-based marker, not a permanent marker. So I'm just going to go right around those lines of those circles with this marker. And I know the big one didn't copy so well. It went off the paper a little bit. We will do the best we can with it. It'll be just fine. All right. Now, once we've outlined, we want to work with either a paintbrush in water or a Q-tip in water so that we can create a shadow on the body parts of our snowman. So using a Q-tip, I'm going to dip it into my water, and I'm just going to come along here and go over that marker outline. And you can see that I start to get a lighter blue coming in towards the center. And I just want to go around and kind of create this wet outline right inside that blue line. As it dries, it will continue to pull a little bit of that marker in, creating more of a shadowy effect, and then we're done. We don't want to worry about spreading it into the middle because this is for a snowman, and snowmen are usually white, but we want some shadow effects so we see that aerial perspective. You can also work with your paintbrush, same idea. Come in here, go around that outline with our water. And as it dries, it will pull in some more of that marker, creating that shadowy effect. If you go onto the outside of your circle, that's okay. We're going to eventually cut these out. So if you do something like that, no big deal. When we cut them out, we won't even know that that ever happened. All right. So with this, I'm going to set these aside and let them dry. If you get some bleeding through your paper, you can just wipe it up. Water-based markers, oops, knocking my iPad over. Water-based markers are easy to clean up. While those dry, we're going to work on the blue paper. This is going to be the background, and we're going to create some snowflakes. You can work with a crayon or a marker to do this, and I like to work with blue and purple so that they stand out from the paper. If you wanted to try a white crayon, you can also do that. And we're going to put snowflakes all throughout this page. If you're not sure how to draw a snowflake, they're pretty easy. We start with a letter X, and then I put a plus sign through it, and I've got my basic snowflake happening. If I want to make them fancier, I can add some details to the ends, like this one. I'm going to put some little circles. Maybe I put little V's on the end of this. Just simple little touches, make them just look a little bit fancier, give them a little bit more personality. And so I want to go all around my paper. Filling it in with my snowflakes. If you want to put things in the middle, you can, but it will be covered. I always get asked that question. So I tend to not worry about putting things into the middle of the paper. All right, when we are done with our snowflakes, we will be ready to work with our big white paper again. And we're going to want to cut out those circles. So again, I'm not worrying about the middle. I like to do a sloppy cut before I do a clean cut. So what that means is I just like to kind of come in here and kind of cut out each circle quickly, and then I can come back and do a nice clean cut. It gives me a little better control with my paper. I'm going to start with my big circle. That's the first one I'm going to need. That's the bottom of my snowman. And get that cut out. When I glue these, I do not want to put glue all over. I'm going to turn it over, and I just want glue in the center of my circle. So I'll get some glue on there, and then I'm going to place this into the middle of my paper like so. Get my medium-sized circle and cut this one out. If your paper is still a little bit wet, then just be careful. If you cut too fast when it's wet, it will tear. But if we take our time, we can usually still get a pretty good cut. Again, glue in the middle. Get this into the center. And then I'll work with my small circle. Glue in the middle. Get that in the center. And press that down. All right, next piece we're going to use is our red paper. This is going to become the scarf for our snowman. So I am going to fold it. I don't need to fold it perfectly in half. I want to kind of put it on a little bit of an angle, like so. And then I like to fringe my edges. So that's just coming in, kind of cutting some snips upwards into that paper. And then I kind of like to fluff them and curl them so that we start to see all of those details of that scarf. A little dot of glue on the back. And then I'm going to lift up this circle, and I want to place the scarf underneath like so, so it starts to stick out. Remember, this is the head, this is the middle, and this is the bottom for my snowman. So the scarf usually goes around the head, so we're gonna stick it like so. The next piece is my brown paper. This is going to make my snowman's arms. I need 2 arms, so I'm gonna fold this in half. And I will cut it on the fold. Then I can come in here and I can do the best I can to try and make this look like some kind of a stick that I'm gonna stick into my snowman to create his arms. Kind of like to cut these little V shapes out. So it kind of gives us a little hand. Again, a dot of glue on the back of it, and then I stick it underneath that middle section so that the arms start to stick out for my snowman. All right, once I've added my arms and scarf and all of that fun to my snowman, I can get rid of these scraps. Get those out of my way. Now it's time to finish the details on the snowman's face. Now remember, this is an aerial view. We're flying up above and we're looking down at my snowman. So when I have an aerial view snowman, the first thing I should see right in the center is the hat. So I can come in here and I can start to create that hat on the top. Now, I'm gonna do a littler circle like so, color this in. And then add that little center puffball that's sometimes on our knit hats. We get that fur around them, so I can add that into here. And so here I'm looking from up above onto the snowman's hat. Now for the face, because I'm up above looking down, I wouldn't see the entire face. So I'm going to bring the eyes down really low. Maybe I see a little button on here. And then I can add the carrot nose. This might overlap because again, I'm looking down. So if my nose is sticking out, it might stick over into my tell me like so. And with that, I am finished with my aerial view snowman. I hope you had fun. Can't wait to see yours when you post them for me.